Okay, so before we come down onto the ground, before we come down into our kneeling position, we're just gonna get like a kind of like a little bent knee soft position so that you can place your hands on your knees, and you're just gonna start by drawing some circles, rubbing your knees. We're just gonna kind of rough them up. What we're trying to do here is just sort of desensitize our knees a little bit. I think sometimes we get a little overly cautious of our knees and like super protective of our knees, which is good, but then we get to the point where we tip the scale the other way, and then we don't try to give our knees the action that they need. So then once you've rubbed your knees a little bit, start to slap around your knees, just a light pat, don't hurt yourself, but just kind of stimulate around the knees. You can go across the tops of the knees, find that little connecty joint that's underneath the kneecap. You can slap around there, slap around the muscles around the knees. Take one more good little slap around the knees, and then when you feel ready, come down into a tabletop position. First 30 seconds, all we're doing is a little cat and cow. And just right away, as you come down, just with that little bit of roughing up your knees, maybe notice, do your knees feel a little bit more sensitive because you brought a little blood flow to your knees? And then here, as we're doing our cat cows, you choose the breath pattern that works good for you. You might choose to inhale as you drop the belly or exhale as you drop the belly. Exhaling as you drop the belly is going to help with a little bit of your pelvic floor health. And if you like to inhale as you drop the belly, it might be just a little bit more invigorating. We got 5 seconds left. All right, and then take it into some C spines. We're just moving the spine the other direction. So hug shoulder to hip. What we want to try to find is not so much the hip dropping off to the side here, but squeezing in. So we want to just activate those side muscles and get the spine moving in the other direction. Nice. And time, nicely done. Okay, we're gonna come up to a high kneel position. So come up to a high kneel. You can also do this in standing. If your knees are just really like, no, thank you, I'd rather not be putting too much pressure on, you can always take it in standing. But 30 seconds of work here, just throw your arms in and out. Notice how your shoulders are feeling here. Ten more seconds of work here. And then just kind of notice, like, how is your body bopping? Like, as you throw your arms in and out, is there a little bit of a rocking momentum forward and back? All right, now take it into your left arm and just a softball pitch. Underhand, circle it around, and then just everybody is probably going to have a different range of motion here. So if your shoulder is super cranky, slow it down and allow it to move at the depth that it feels best. And then when you're ready, switch to the other arm. Go as fast or as slow as feels good. Just notice how this shoulder's feeling. 5 seconds left. All right, time. And now we're going to take it into a crawl. So we're going to keep our knees down. Think of this as a warm-up crawl. So it's just going to be a crawling pattern, walking forward on your mat, and then crawling backwards. So we're just going to start 30 seconds of work, just crawling forwards and back. Keep your knees down if you can. However, I will say that if your knees are tender and keeping them on the ground is a little bit too much, then you might choose to keep them lifted and be in a hovering tabletop position. That is going to be a lot more work for the core. But if it's better for your knees to stay lifted, you do what feels best to you. 5 more seconds. All right, and then wherever you are on your mat, turn yourself sideways. And now we're going to do a sideways crawl. So you're going to crawl sideways to one end of your mat and then crawl sideways to the other end of your mat. A little bit of coordination work, and it really does ask the spine to work on both sides, the brain to work on both sides. So we're getting into it here with such a simple action. And time, nicely done. Okay, walk it around to wherever you like to be. We're going to take it into some fire hydrants. So it's going to be 30 seconds of fire hydrants on the right leg, and then it's going to be 30 seconds of an awkward airplane with the leg. I'll show you the way, but start with that right leg, and we're just lifting it out to the side, lowering it down with control. Slow and steady here. Keep your belly slightly firm. Keep your shoulders nice and broad so everything feels good and stable. 3 more seconds. All right, now we're gonna kick the leg out nice and long, and now we're gonna keep that long leg, kick it out to the side, and then kick it behind. So we're swinging out from the hip joint, point the toe or flex the toe, that's totally up to you, but we do wanna keep just an active energy down through the foot. Notice your shoulders here. So as you kick that leg out to the side, and we all might have different ranges of motion, but can you still keep your shoulders pretty solid? There's a slight bit of movement, but everything else still stays pretty firm. And time. Woo, nice job. Set that leg down. We're right over to the other side. Left leg is going to lift up into that fire hydrant, lower down, find some control here. So belly stays firm, shoulders are broad and stable. If you're working with the breath, exhale where you find the effort. All right, now kick that leg out nice and long, keep it long, swing it out to the side and swing it back, nice and controlled. Nice work, you guys. 10 seconds left. You got this. And time. Beautiful job. Bring that knee down. We're going to come back up into our high kneel, grab a single weight. We're going to hold it sideways, and then you're going to choose toes tucked or toes released. That'll be totally up to you, but it's going to be a sit back onto your heels. So butt back to heels and then rise up. Now, this might not be the position for everybody's knees. So if you're in that high kneel and going all the way back to your butt or butt back to the heels is no good, just a little bit of a mini motion. So you're going to feel your quadriceps get engaged, sit your butt back just slightly, and then rise up. But if it feels okay to be all the way back, you're going to go through the range of motion that works best for you. Load up at the chest. If the weight's too much, put it down. Now, if you're doing barefoot work and you want to add that little bit of a toe stretch, now you're going to tuck the toes under. It's going to change the range of motion. It's going to change the feeling a little bit in your quadriceps, but then you also get that nice little toe stretch. So you choose the variation here that feels good to you. And time. Awesome job. Okay, we're coming down onto our side. So we're going to take a side lying position, and then we're going to get it into, now here's where we're going to vary up our speed rounds and our timing of things. So it's going to be 30 seconds of speed, 15 seconds slow and smooth, and then 15 seconds we're going to hold. So find your side lying position, legs slightly out. So think a little bit of a 45-degree bend. We're going to keep the toes and the knees pointing forward, and the bottom leg is going to stay pretty solid. So we're going to lift the leg up and lower it down. But the first 30 seconds, we're going for speed. So once you've got that stable position, go as fast as you can without losing control. So the control is the most important thing. Nice, you guys, beautiful. Five more seconds of speed. All right, now we're going to switch to slow and smooth. So slow it down like it's a slow motion maneuver. Still keep that control nice and stable. Awesome. Last 15 seconds. Hold it up. Five seconds left. You got this. And time. Woo, lower that leg down. Nice job. Okay, grab your single weight. And then if you like, you're going to lower all the way down so that your head can rest on that bottom arm. Top arm is going to keep a 90-degree bend. The elbow is going to hug in at the side of the body, and we're taking those shoulder rotations. So you're going to lower down towards your belly button, rotate out as far as feels good to you. We got 1 minute on the clock. No speed here. Take it slow and steady. This is a lot of work here. So if the weight is too much, just go range of motion. You're still going to get plenty of strengthening without even having any weights here. "25 seconds left. You got this." And time. Nicely done. Okay, set that weight down. Last minute of work on this side, we're going to take it into a side plank. So your version of side plank that you like best. It is a 1 minute hold. So you might choose to keep your knee down. It's a little bit more supportive, but we want to think about actively pulling the side body up. You might choose to take elbow and forearm down, a little bit more supportive to the shoulder. You're still getting plenty of work. Or you might choose to take that high side plank. So choose the variation you like best. You always have the option to put your knee down if it feels like it needs it. And then see if you can just find a steady breath here. Check your breathing. Make sure you're breathing in nice and steady. Nice, strong inhalation, slow, smooth exhalation. 10 seconds left. You got this. Amazing. That was awesome. Lower yourself down with control. We're flipping over to the other side and back to those leg lifts. So get your legs arranged in a way that works good for you. A little bit of a 45-degree angle, toes and knees pointing forward. First 30 seconds, we're going for speed. So we're lifting and lowering at a good rapid pace, but everything else is staying stable. So make sure you've got that good control. Ten seconds left. All right, next 15 seconds, slow and smooth. Last 15 seconds, hold it there nice and steady. Woo, 5 seconds left. And time, nice job. Lower that leg down, come down into that lower side lying position. Knees bent if that feels good, grab your weight. Elbow hugs in at the shoulders. We got 1 minute on the clock, slow and steady here. Lower toward your belly button, lift the arm up, but try to keep that elbow nice and tight against the side of your body. Nice form, you guys. You guys are amazing. You look awesome. Fifteen seconds left. Woo, and time. Set that weight down. Okay, now we're taking it into our side plank. So the version of side plank you like best, and don't feel like you have to be symmetrical on this one because shoulders are just going to vary. So you choose the side plank that works good on this side for you. Find that steady position. Think about pulling those bottom ribs up towards the ceiling. So we keep the side of the body and the oblique muscles engaged. Shoulders nice and stable. Feel free to bring your knee down at any point if it feels like that would be beneficial, but make sure you're breathing nice and steady. Nice job. You got 10 seconds left. You got this. Bring your knee down if you need to, but keep those ribs pulling upward. Woo, and time. Lower with control. Shake out your shoulders. We're coming down onto our back into some hip bridges. So for our hip bridges, it's going to be 30 seconds of speed, 15 slow and smooth, 15 and a hold, and then you can add on to that hold if you want to. So come down onto your back, knees nice and bent, heels close to the butt, feet about hip width distance apart, subtle variations according to your body. Once you've got your position, first 30 seconds, we're going for speed. If you want to add that breath, you're going to exhale as you lift and inhale to lower down. That's a little bit harder with the speed. So you might choose to just think about keeping the backs of the ribs towards the ground so that you feel that good squeeze and engagement in the glutes. 10 seconds left with our speed. All right, now slow it down, slow and smooth. Like you can't tell where the bottom and the top are, so you just kind of keep everything going. A nice smooth rhythm. All right, now hold it at that top position. If that feels like it's not quite enough work for you, you're going to add alternating heel lifts, but stay lifted. But if it feels good to just get that lift, we got 5 seconds left. And time, nice job. Lower it down. And now we're going to take that same pattern with crunches. So hands behind the head. First 30 seconds, we're going for speed. Crunching up and lowering down. Add your breath to help assist that effort. So exhale as you crunch up, inhale as you lower. All right, now slow it down. So slow and smooth. All right, now hold it at the top. And then if you just need that little extra work, you're going to add a little pulse here. But if you can, just hold it. Hold that lifted position. You got 8 seconds left. And time. Woo, nice job. Lower down, stretch your arms up and overhead. Just take a nice big breath. Now we're going to prop ourselves up in our elbows, but we're going to keep those knees bent. And then we're going to start with the right leg. So same pattern, right leg lifts. We're going to keep it at knee height, but we're going for speed. First 30 seconds, fast but controlled. So think about stabilizing your core, firm up your shoulders, bring that leg only to knee height. So you're going to look and make sure that it's a nice controlled movement. Awesome work, you guys. Ten more seconds of speed. All right, now switch to slow and smooth. All right, now hold that leg up at knee height. You can add a little pulse if you need a little bit of action there, but if you can just hold it steady, breathing in nice and slow, breathing out nice and slow. 3 seconds left. And time. Bend that knee, set it down, right to the other side. Pick that left leg up. The First 30 seconds, we're going for speed. So make sure everything else is nice and controlled. Bring it to knee height and lower it down. Ten seconds left. How fast can you go without losing your control? All right, now switch to slow and smooth. All right, the next time you get up to knee height, hold it there. You can hold it steady or add that little pulse. That's totally up to you. We got 10 seconds left. And time. Bend that knee, set it down. All right, we're coming back up to a standing position. So come on up, grab 2 hand weights. It's going to be 30 seconds one side, 30 seconds on the other side, but we're going to take it into a staggered stance, squat with an overhead press. So start by stepping just the right leg back slightly, load up at your shoulders, think butt back, bend your knees, but keep your chest and chin lifted. If you can, touch all the way down to the ground, rise up, give an overhead press. We got 30 seconds on the clock, and then we'll switch our feet. All right, when you come up this time, switch your feet and then right back to it. Butt back, bend your knees, touch the ground, overhead press. Nice work. And time. Awesome job. Okay. If you're working on grip stuff or coordination, I'm going to say go with 1 weight. But if you're just busting it out and want to get your workout in, use 2 weights. We're going to step out to the side, touch to the inside of the foot, meet in the middle, over to the other side. But if you're working on grip and coordination, as you come in and touch, you're going to work on that little bit of coordination to work through your grip, pass the weight at the chest, go over to the other side. It will make it a lighter weighted move, but if you're working on that coordination and your hand and grip strength, this is a nice way to get the fingers moving, and you're still getting a load and you're working your legs a lot. Two seconds left. You got this. And time. Nice job. Okay, grab your second weight if you only stuck with one. It's going to be a little single leg work. So we're going to stand on one foot. It's going to be a bicep curl, a chicken wing, and then we're going to swing those elbows around in a nice big circle, all while standing on one leg. If your balance feels like it's way off this morning, position yourself so you just have a little bit of a wall behind you. You can place your foot on the wall or just support yourself in a way that works good. But we got 1 minute on the clock. Standing on one leg, and you can even keep your toe on the ground. It'll still create an imbalance. And then it might just help you find that awareness. So bicep curl, out to a chicken wing, and then a big giant circle of the arms. Nice. And time. Woo, wonderful job. Okay, shake out your standing leg. But of course, we have to do all of that to the other side. So if you have one leg that's a little bit more balanced than the other, maybe you use a wall to help assist. But either way, find your stand, bicep curl, chicken wing, and then circle it all the way around. Especially for that big circle around, you've got to keep your abdominal muscles engaged and pulled in firm. And that's going to help you maintain that sense of balance. And time. Nice job. Set your leg down, set your weights down. That was awesome. All right. I said set your weights down, but I will say that you could choose to use them if you want to, but just check in with your back first. So it's going to be a standing roll down. If you go with the weights, just be mindful here. Nice upright position. Tuck your chin down towards your chest, micro bend in the knees, roll your way down towards the ground, slow and steady. Pull your abdominal muscles in, roll your way back up, roll the shoulders down and back. If the weights create any sort of hip hinge in the back or anything funky going on, leave the weights off so you can control everything. So nice upright position, tuck your chin down. Imagine you're peeling your back away from the wall, roll your way down, pull your abdominal muscles in, roll all the way up. If the weights feels like it's no good, leave the weights off and just do the work without your weights. Nice job. We got 10 seconds left. And time. Awesome work. Set those weights off to the side. We're going to start with a little stretch to the shoulders. So take your left arm, we're going to cross the body, hug it in, drop the shoulder down so it's a little bit away from your ear, and then add a little gentle turn of the head side to side. Bring your head to center and add a little nod of the head up and down. Head comes to neutral, release, switch to the other side. Bring your arm across, drop the shoulder down. Once you've got your handhold, if it feels good, turn your head side to side. Awesome. One more turn of the head side to side, and then head comes to center. Lift your chin up and down. Head comes to neutral, release that arm. Take your left hand out. We're going to flick the fingers up and lower the ear towards the shoulder, and then flick the fingers down and lower the ear away. Flick the fingers up, let your head lean in. Flick the fingers down and lower your head away. Nice. Take a couple more like that. Just find a good pace that works good for you. One more up and down. And then we're going to take that hand, thumb to the inside, wrap your fingers around, roll the hand inward. So now it's going to be behind you with the palm facing up and slightly out at an angle. Once you've got your arm in a good position, draw some circles, go in one direction. Draw some circles, go the other way. Cool. And then keep that arm in that stable position. Drop your ear away from the shoulder. Once you've got your ear away from the shoulder, come back to those circles, go in one direction. Draw your circles, go the other way. Beautiful. Head releases to neutral, release your hand. And we're going to take all that to the other side. So hand out, flick the fingers up, ear drops in, flick the fingers down, ear drops away. Find a pace that works good for you. Awesome. One more up and down. And then as you come back up, thumb to the inside of the palm, wrap the fingers around, roll the hand through and under, out at an angle. Once you've got your way there, draw some circles, go in one direction. Nice, draw your circles, go the other way. Hold it in that stable position, drop your ear away from the shoulder. Once you've got your head in place, draw some circles in one direction. Draw your circles the other way. Wonderful, let that come to stillness, lift your head up, release. Now we're gonna take the left leg, step it across the right, walk yourself down to a depth that feels good to you. So maybe you reach towards your toes, but you might not get that far. So maybe you rest on your shins or the tops of your thighs. See if you can walk out at a little bit of an angle, maybe walk over to the right a little bit. Maybe walk over to the left a little bit. Come back to center and then slowly walk yourself back up and then switch the cross in your legs. Other leg steps across. Nice. And then once you're there, walk down to your depth, whatever feels good to you. Walk your hands over to the left a little bit. Walk your hands over to the right a little bit. Come back to center. Walk yourself up nice and slow and controlled. You guys are amazing. Woo, give everything a good shake. That was awesome work today. Grab your foam roller if you're sticking around.